place where it's higher. You know what I'm saying? An office person's rate's not the same as a ambulance or a law
yeah.
enforcement or a fire. And
But it's not because people making claims on workers' comp is
no, no,
okay. I just want
it's
so in
based
other
on the
words,
rate.
the constant is the increase in salaries. In other words, something you
Yeah.
really don't have control over. Well, you do, but you
Well, you
don't.
do, and that's what I'm
You
saying. That's
do,
another hidden
but
bad
we're
thing about it.
but
Yeah.
I wouldn't not give a raise because
No,
of workers'
no,
comp. But if
but you
it's
do
because
have
of
to take it in consideration that it could come back and bite you if you didn't budget, or if you did
yeah.
budget it, it could affect you right then on how much you can do. So,
But I guess in the other world I live in, workers' comp is something they watch pretty tight when on the claim side.
yeah,
Yeah. So all right, Lori, if you do me a favor, we don't have to do this now. The amount that we budgeted for this account and this line originally, obviously it's that amount plus this 101 is the total expense. We can get that, and Laura send out an email with that number. We don't have to take it up now, but that'd be good to know what the total amount
and I
was.
didn't bring my budget with me,
You
or
don't
I
have
can look it
to.
up.
We'll
But
find it and then get it out. So it'd be that amount plus 101 was the total cost of workers' comp. All right, very good. Any others, Mayor?
no, sorry about that one. That's all I have.
All right. That concludes the amendments. Going to our.
Hey, Marlon, you still need to vote on that one.
I'm sorry.
You still need to vote on that one.
We still need to vote. I apologize. Any other discussions? Oh, we already have a motion and a second, right? Yeah. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Passes 5-0. Thank you, Mayor. Now we're going to the budget, to the agenda. Item A, Fire Committee request winter jackets. This came over for the Fire Committee. Mayor, I chatted briefly with the chief. He has the money in his line to buy them. I don't think he needs any permission from us.
I don't know what he was referring to. The way we're doing it is there was a little bit left from the dirt project, the hill project, that we're using the balance for the jackets and for heat and air unit at one of the volunteer stations that's out.
So he has the money somewhere.
So he's
somehow,
got the money, you're right, don't have to do it.
You're going to get the winter jackets for the men and women of the fire department. Very good. Anything else on that? Commissioner Alford, please.
Well, that doing that way, Mayor, will that run him short on his budget and some other line items later on?
No, it's really not in his budget per se. It's in my ARP budget. So the balance left is going for the jackets and the HVAC. The only reason it's not been PO'd yet is trying to get that final cost on replacing that HVAC unit. But he'll have all but $200-300. That's all that'll have to come out of his fire budget. It's $200-300.
That's what I wanted to make sure
Yeah.
we didn't hit his fire
No.
budget and take a bunch of money out of it.
But he has more revenue than he projected anyway.
But it's always good to have more than you need.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Moving on. Environmental truck. Commissioner Mason, this is yours if you want to chat about it.
Well, it's not really an environmental truck.
Well, I know. My bad on the.
Yeah, I'm gonna
we
keep
use
my
terms
truck
like,
for.
you know,
It's the litter truck.
litter
that,
truck. Well, that's almost.
I've invited Lewis Jones from the sheriff's office to come up and talk a little bit about the truck. Yeah.
Come on up. Good to see you.
I don't know what information y'all already have pertaining to this truck.
I'll tell you, I have an estimate that the truck's around 48, 49, and then
Okay.
the lights and decals are.
Okay, so you already know that.
So about 5,
Okay, so
thereabouts, something like that. So a total, I think, estimate of 56 for a new truck. That's what I've been told. Thereabouts.
probably a little bit less than
Okay.
less than that. The exact quote for the truck, our state contract price from Ford of Murfreesboro is $49,736 for the truck alone, no equipment. We have one quote that we have received from Lee Smith for equipment, lighting, things that the truck would need. That quote is $2450.65. Now, I also have Mark McCoy with me here today. Mark is our supervisor at the maintenance facility, the garage. Mark would be doing all of the work installing this equipment. He has informed me this morning that there's a couple of items that were left off the quote from Lee Smith that he estimated to be about, say, $200. about 250 additional dollars to that 2450. So those two quotes together with the price of the truck.
If you don't mind, when you get a second, when you get back up to your office, if you can send that over to Lori, and then we'll put it all together, but that's not a problem.
Okay, okay.
Very good. So from what I understand, Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong, is that this litter truck can be paid if we decide to, out of the landfill fund. That's how the last one was paid for. Commissioner Hughes informed me of that. Unless you have some other ideas, I have no problem with it. Because the landfill fund, the fund balance is way above where the policy is. But I look. Do you have any guidance or anything?
That would be a possibility if you so choose. You could amend money from the fund balance of the landfill fund into a line to do this. You also ought to stipulate that whatever value of trade-in or something, there's some value in the old truck that needs to come off of this amount. So,
Yeah, you understand what Mayor's saying? Is that if you put it on govs.deal or however you liquidate it, that money has to come back into the landfill money. We'll put that in the motion.
and when you get all those numbers in for the next finance, we do an amendment.
Right. The truck makes, the truck has, the current truck, the one, it's a transmission issue. It has all the lights and all that stuff, right? Can that be transferred over? I mean, I'm not trying to be too cheesy, but. Okay.
It
So
could be-
wherever you can, obviously you'll. I mean, it's a litter truck.
And I'll tell a little bit about this litter truck we've got too. We have put a Band-Aid and a Band-Aid and a Band-Aid on this.
It has
Truck.
what, 177?
It's sitting at the transmission shop right now with the transmission out. It would be the second one. So the truck is, we bought it in, I think, 2014 or 15 from EMA. It was one of their trucks. Good truck while it lasted, but when you're pulling these heavy trailers and stuff, it just,
Tell me this, Tim, could you
Yeah.
go ahead and advertise on Gov Deals so we could know how much we could deduct off of that final price? Or is it something you've got to keep using until the new one's here?
well, absolutely.
That way
Yes.
you would know, in other words, 52 minus what?
Right.
And they really would need that for the amendments. What I'm
And that,
getting at.
and I've looked too, and y'all can look too. That F-250 on the price that Lewis found, I mean, that is a heck of a price for a brand new one too. I mean, if you get a used 250, and the reason we get in four-wheel drive, if we get on Hooper Gap or I've just been doing this for 10 years, you get on Hooper Gap or over here on APD40 or somewhere, you're going to have a tow truck. If you don't have, you get in some of these spots and it's wet. It stays wet 365. So that's one of the reasons we put the four-wheel drives on them too. That way we can get them out without a tow cost.
And then the rest of the story is you can't use money from litter grant to buy equipment like a truck. That's my understanding, right?
We can buy the trailers and stuff, but we
But not
can't.
the truck to
truck.
pull it with.
Yep,
How's that song go? You can buy the trailer, but not the truck to pull it
Yep. exactly.
with?
I thought you said we could buy it. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't hear that part.
Grant.
All right, so that's what we'll do, if that's okay. I'm trying to think of our timeline. I mean, we can take this amendment up. It's just going to be one amendment at the next finance meeting.
I mean, if that time don't work with you, once we get the numbers, go through the bidding process on the selling and know what we really need to amend, you get me the amendment. I think it'd be kosher to bring it to you all and you could do it at a meeting, even though it hadn't gone through finance. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If you wanted it approved before the next finance, which next finance don't sound like it's gonna be till middle of January.
Well, I mean, we're going to have it's not a special call, it's just an additional finance meeting for the opioid award. We could take it up there, but that may not,
He won't have the gov thing by
we won't
then,
have
I
that
don't
done.
believe,
So,
because they'll need to advertise it for a week or so. Well, that's possible, but as long as you don't put too high of a bottom bid on it, I don't think we've ever not sold something. Of course, I think if you put a low base price that they can't go below, you'll get something. Whatever we get, hopefully it's good, but whatever we get comes off of this before we know the amendment.
So Commissioner Mason, when that happens, if you'll let Lori know, and we'll get it scheduled somehow. If we don't necessarily have to come back through finance. Finance doesn't meet till first Monday of January, that's the 6th or something like that. We can obviously take it up then, but I have no problem taking it to the full commission if there's a voting session available for it. We'll just play it by ear, but the main thing is you'll get your truck.
If you had it by the 16th, we could bring it, is what he's saying, but I kind of doubt you would have it by then, but you might.
Yeah, so if we don't vote on it the 16th, that's the last.
We'll try.
That's the last voting session of the year, right?
If not, we'll do it the 6th of January.
Yeah. So you'll get your truck. It just may be the beginning of the year before all the back office stuff happens. I appreciate you coming though.
Thank you, Louis.
Please, Commissioner Alford.
Do we not need to make some kind of motion from us that we're gonna do what you say we're gonna do, or do we just float it on through?
I think you voted on it
Yeah, we don't
at
need
the
I
meeting.
mean, you're more than welcome to make a motion if you feel, but right now we have a plan to draft an amendment to move money out of
That's
the.
what I'm asking, do we need to vote on the plan for now, or wait later?
Please,
You know, see if it comes out of finance.
there you go. Make your motion.
I don't know what to say, really.
If you
Other
do,
than make a motion that we postpone it until we get the
That-
figures, and then come back to a work session and pass it on
I have
through.
a motion from Commissioner Alford to develop an amendment to fund the litter truck as soon as possible. How's that? I have a second from Commissioner Slater. Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Passes 5-0. Thank you, guys. That concludes the agenda for finance. Going into other business, I do have one thing I need to bring to your attention, or to everybody, the millions of people, as Adam says, watching. The deadline for the opioid abatement grant proposal is 4:30 on Friday, December the 6th. The Finance Committee will meet at 11:30 on December the 12th to consider the proposals and to make a recommendation to the full commission. I urge all interested organizations to submit their proposal to the County Commission office by Friday afternoon. Any questions? All right. So the Finance Committee will meet on December the 12th, and the only thing so far on that agenda is we're going to basically award opioid grant money out to the applicants, kind of like we did last year. Lori and I chatted this morning. You're going to get the applicants their petition or what have you here shortly. Lori's going to put the packet together, and if you want to have them come on December 12th, let Lori know so she can send an invitation to them. What I've told Lori is when you're chatting with them, let them know there's a possibility of coming, but not necessarily required at this time. But if you want them here, then let Lori know and she will invite them. How does that work?
and you guys will recommend on the 12th and be voted on the 16th?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that gets everything because of we wanted to get this done by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's fine. I won't be here the 12th, so please just follow the amount in the budget. That's all I
It's
ask on that one.
200,000, right?
Yeah,
Not to exceed 200,000.
I don't care how much you give whoever, just try to keep it in that total amount, bottom line.
Right. And that, Mayor, that brings up an interesting point. I also, just so everybody, we're on the same sheet of music, those organizations, and it's intergovernment, that are being funded through opioid money through our budget process, they go through our hearings and are part of our budget resolution and stuff like that. This is for basically the nonprofits who wish to apply for funding, because we have another process for drug court, juvenile court, and those kind of things there. So you won't see them apply for any money right now.
If
Is that
you're
right?
looking in the opioid budget, is it 599? Anyway, there's one line in there where there's an amount that's undesignated until you all do what you're about to do. And that's the one line that you're doing. And when you do it, then we'll break it out into the 3, 4, 5, 6 lines.
Right, and the reason I said it is because if you heard Judge Morgan the other day, see, he's got a new request. That's going to be part of the budget process next year. Commissioner Slater, please.
Have you received any requests yet, Lori?
They need to remind them because most of them haven't spent their money from this year yet. They're probably not concerned right now about it, even though this is when we want to get it approved for next year.
Right, right, so get with Lori. She's going to get the packets in there and
111 fund, yeah.
come by here and chat with her, right? All right. Anything else, Lori? Did I forget anything? Anybody up? Ellen. All right, very good. So this is the last finance meeting of the year. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you on January the 6th. All right? Nothing else. We are adjourned. Thank you guys very much.